Peace and love to all you beautiful beings. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dorian, aka Dr. Dream, and in this video I'm finally going to share with you one of my first experiences with Astro Projection. So for me, I define astral projection as when a person's consciousness expands beyond their physical body. And at this point, some people refer to the consciousness as the spirit or the soul. When the consciousness expands beyond the body, it is no longer confined to the limits and awareness of the physical aspect. So there may be much more awareness and much more freedom. So my first intense notable astral projection started a few years back, and it was very spontaneously. During that time, I just got into meditation. I was starting to pray, and I was also using a little bit of marijuana, which I believed influenced the projection spontaneously. So it began one night when I was in my room and was close to the time where I was about to go to bed. I remember that I had lit a candle and I was doing some meditation and some prayer. So I set this candle on the desk and I laid down. I wasn't particularly ready to go to sleep at that moment, but I ended up falling asleep. So I ended up waking back up. I probably felt as though I needed to use the restroom. So I got up and I went to the door, which was closed, and then I went into the hallway. The strangest thing happened. I thought to myself, wait a minute, I didn't open the door. How did I get into the hallway? And so I turned around and the door was closed and locked. So I went back through the door. I phased back through the door, and I was just like, oh my God, I just phased through the door. I knew at that moment that it wasn't a dream or it wasn't a lucid dream or anything like that, because I could see my room exactly the way it is. Now here comes the scary part. So I could see my room exactly the way it is, including the candle that I had lit. And I looked at the candle and it was this very strange, small kind of creature hovering over the candle. Its back was sort of kind of turned towards me, and as I looked at it, it kind of turned its head very creepily and looked at me without naming or judging it. It was one of the most hideous creatures that I had ever seen. If I wanted to name it, I would probably say that it was a demon. At this point, I was so scared and freaked out that I decided to run. So I ran to my roommate's room. So I faced through the door into the hallway and I was running. But instead of running, I was actually floating and flying, and I was very close to the ceiling. I felt as though this creature was following me and was chasing me, and I could feel it right on my back. So I floated into my roommate's room and I started yelling his name and screaming his name. However, there was no sound. So I was trying to speak and say it, but there was no sound. But I knew that I was saying his name. So all of a sudden, it was just like shroop, and I had retraced my steps so quickly and was just completely back into my body. When I woke up, I completely knew that what had happened wasn't a dream, that I was actually outside of my body. Since then, I had some astral projection experiences that weren't completely as intense as that, that were still spontaneous. So because of that experience, I've decided that, I do have this ability to astral project, and so I want to be able to develop it. I said to myself, in order to develop it, in order to have control over this, I need to practice. I gave up smoking marijuana because it was I believe, the factor that was causing me to spontaneously project. So if you are well practiced with astro projecting and astro travel, then please leave a comment, tips for those of us who want to further practice astral projection so that we can be able to do it willfully. For those of you who have questions or have similar experiences, please again, comment below, saying a little bit about your experiences. That way it helps build this community of people who are astro travelers, and we can just really learn from each other. Last but not least, please like, subscribe, and share this video so that this practice, this awareness, this experience of astro projecting, astro travel can reach as many people as possible. Thank you again for watching. My name is Dorian, aka Dr. Dream. Peace.